Welcome back to our special coverage of the Global Fintech Festival here in Mumbai, and we're with the people that made GFF 2024 what it is today. Mr. Gopalakrishnan, Mr. Srinivasan, thank you very much for your time here on CNBC-TV18. Mr. Gopalakrishnan, firstly, did you achieve what you set out to achieve with the Global Fintech Festival 2024? If you could tell us some of the key themes emerging from this year.
Yes, I believe we achieved what we set out to achieve. One, we wanted to increase the size and scale of this event. I believe the numbers show that we have indeed achieved that. Second, we wanted to open it up for international participation with 20 plus central bank governors and investors from, I think, 40 plus countries coming. Clearly, this event now has become a global fintech festival. Third, we wanted to increase the size of the exhibition, the product launches from GFF. Again, we have achieved that. This has become the showcase for the Indian fintech industry, and the main theme is India going global. And clearly we have, I think, started that journey, and I'm looking forward to many of these fintechs now flying India's flag all over the world.
And the presence of the Prime Minister at the event marks the significance, or rather the achievement that the fintech industry has made now at $100 billion.
Yes, the total size is 100 billion plus. See, the Prime Minister has been the driving force behind Digital India, the fintech revolution, the inclusive development that he wants India to have. And that's his vision also for the future. And his presence, of course, is the icing on the cake.
Well, it is the icing, but Mr. Srinivasan, to just sum up in terms of numbers, what has Global Fintech Fest 2024 been in terms of participation, the kind of investments you saw? Just put it down in numbers for us.
Ritu, numbers are still coming in, but I can tell you we set out to do about 80,000 footfalls for this year. I think we will surely cross much more than that. I'm assuming close to 100,000 footfalls by the event is still on. We should be closing in some time. We were looking at participation by our sponsors, and events around 300 plus. We had over 350 exhibitors during this period, and we'll probably end up, because there are other smaller sessions also happening. In terms of number of speakers, we've crossed 1,000 plus speakers, so it's a huge number. And we were around 900 when we started, and now the event's really 1,000 plus speakers. Like Kris sir said, global participation this year has been significant, over 40 plus countries and regulators from all over the world. And we, like every other GFF, this GFF also had a lot of report release. We had about 15 plus very important reports got released this year, with the market report by BCG, being released this year. And of course, we had product launches. We had 50 products specifically launched, over 100 plus product launched over the part of the GFF 2024. So it has been much more than what we expected.
Well, including some very interesting products from the NPCI as well.
Very innovative products.
UPI Circle and whatnot. But, in terms of tailwinds for the sector, what next after this $100 billion mark? From an investor point of view, does the interest continue, and will we see innovation outside, payments, which has very much been the focus area for the fintech industry?
The fintech industry, first of all, has gone beyond payments. Many number of products, financial products and non-financial products, are being now sold through, presented to the consumers through these platforms now. In terms of debt, the governor talked about universal lending interface, ULI. Nandan Nilekani talked about Finternet, which was presented in this conference, and that's a 10-year journey. Then taking India to the globe, right? And last but not the least, it's also about technology. AI, ML, IoT. The governor again talked about what are the technologies that are required, and how responsible AI, how responsible emerging technologies should be in terms of usage, so that we can achieve our goal of becoming a developed country by 2047. Viksit Bharat, the Prime Minister has talked
the
about.
India at 100 vision.
100.
But we've spoken about the opportunities, but Mr. Srinivasan, what about the challenges? A lot of the fintechs we've been speaking to here during the event, apart from, of course, the challenges that come with data security, cybersecurity, privacy, and so on, have also been highlighting the regulatory overhang because, it's a fast evolving industry. And so the regulation also has to keep pace because you want to put guardrails to protect customers when innovation is happening at that pace. So, just what's been the feedback from founders here?
I mean, every year founders have their own set of problems, and regulation is always it's something that we get discussed every time.
Yeah.
But what I liked is SEBI chairman this time talk about how the regulation should be in the background and the way the machinery should work. It was a very interesting thought that the regulator is bringing to the table. So if regulation works perfectly without any problem, you don't need to worry about regulation. That's a nice way to put it. And I think we are moving towards it as and more, as more and more people get used to the way things have to be done. I don't see that being a problem.
So I want to add here, see, the regulators are integral part of GFF. Right, and they have all shown the willingness to actually work with the industry, and I think they encourage innovation.
Thank you very much, both of you, for your time here today. On that note, we're going to wrap up this discussion and this special show. Thank you so much for tuning in. That's all we had for today, but stay with CNBC TV18. More news and updates will continue.